Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good evening, Duta BPJS Kesehatan all over in Indonesia. And I see a lot of people from KC Palu and KC Sidoarjo. Good evening, maybe it's already late night there. Welcome to the Initiative National Debate Competition, or INDC 2024. It's good to see you all here again in this year. Before we start, I will make sure that you all join in the right room, which is round top 32, session 2, and room B. This evening, we will witnessing an interesting match between Team Delta Champ as the affirmative house and Team Girl on Fire as the negative house. For the supporters, you are welcome to giving your support to the chat room. Okay? Now, first I would like to introduce myself. My name is Siti Sakila. You can call me Salsa for short. I'm from the Human Capital Management from the headquarters. And I will be your moderator for tonight's session until the very end. And also I'm with Mbak Cindy today. She's from Korpu and will help me to operate the end timer for today's session. And then I would like to say hi to our 3 adjudicators. We have 3 adjudicators for this session, and I hope everyone remembers them. The first adjudicator is Mr. Rahmat Hidayat. Hello, sir.
Hello, Sasa. Good
Sir.
evening.
Can you open your camera, sir?
Okay. It's me.
Hey, can you say hi to the debaters and the audience, sir?
Hi, all. I hope you are good tonight and enjoy the debate tonight.
Thank you, sir. And the second adjudicator is Mr. Arif Budiman.
Hello, Shasha, everyone. How are you guys?
We are fine, I guess. I hope the speakers are fine too.
Yeah, I'm sorry to turn off my camera because I'm on my way to going home, so the images will be not proper if I turn on the camera.
It's okay. And then the last adjudicator is Miss Lily. Are you here, Bu?
I'm here.
Hello, Bu.
Hello, good afternoon, peoples. I'm ready to be your educator this afternoon. So have a great debate.
Okay, that's our adjudicators for tonight's session. Thank you once again for joining our session in time, and thank you for giving your precious time for INDC. And then I will introduce everyone to all our contestants. The first team is Delta Champ as the affirmative house. Hello, Delta Champ. We have Mr. Arif Adi Pratomo as the first speaker. Hello.
Hello. Am I audible?
Is this your first time?
Yes.
Good luck.
Hopefully.
And then, and then the second speaker is Miss Nadira Rahmi. Hello.
Hi. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, clear enough. This is also your first time?
I've been a moderator before, but it's first time as a participant.
Okay, good luck. And then the last speaker from Delta Champ is Novia Rahma. Miss Novia Rahma, hello.
Hi.
Is this your first time as well?
Yeah, I guess so. In BPJS Kesehatan, yes, that's true.
Oh, but have you already have experience before?
Yeah.
Okay, so good luck for tonight's debate session.
Thank you, Kak Shasha.
And for Delta Champ, we also have Mr. Wenan Setio as their honorable counselor. Hello, sir. We are moving to the opposition or the negative house, which is Girl on Fire. We have Miss Westin as the first speaker. Hello, Miss.
Hello, Miss Kasia.
Uh, if I remember correctly, Girls on Fire.
Yes, so it should be Girls on Fire.
Are you joining the last year's debate session?
No, this is my first time.
Oh,
Miss-
your first time. Okay, good luck.
Thank you.
Then the second speaker is Miss Risna Selviana. Hello.
Hello, Miss.
This is your first time as well, or you have experience before?
Yes, this is my first time.
Okay, interesting. And then the third speaker is Miss Miftakus.
Halo Kak Sasha.
Hello. Is this your first time as well?
Yeah, it's my first time.
Okay, good luck. And then we have Miss Angelina Rantung as their honorable consular.
Yeah,
So-
hello, Miss.
Hello, Miss. So we have newbies to the English debate for tonight's session, but this I hope that tonight debate will give you an experience, a good experience. I also want to say hello to all the audience in the Zoom meeting. Hello Kace Sidoarjo, hello Kace Palu, Capwil 7 and Capwil 10. The chat box is all yours. Please support your team. But remember that it's a safe space, so please keep it positive and be kind to each other, okay? Now, before we start, I would like to read some rules here to all participants. The first rule is that no participants are allowed to open their microphones before their own turn. So please wait for my signal to start speaking, okay? And for all the audience, please no talking before, because the session will exclusively for the debaters only. And then the second rules is that the team members must rename themselves with the assigned format. The third rules is that each team member joins with their own Zoom account. And the fourth is the operators may do the necessary thing to make sure that this session will run smoothly. Are we clear so far? Okay, now ladies and gentlemen and our honorable adjudicators, without any further ado, let's start the debate for tonight's session. So, the motion for this session is, which is same with your essay, if I'm not wrong, which is BPJS Kesehatan needs to increase the premium of Jaminan Kesehatan Nasional to sustain the program. The premise of the debate is that the premium of Jaminan Kesehatan Nasional refers to the contribution or fee paid by participants to the Indonesian National Health Insurance Program, or as we know as BPJS Kesehatan. BPJS Kesehatan face critical financial challenge that jeopardize its ability to provide sustainable and quality healthcare service to all Indonesians. Now, the affirmative house have to ensure the audience and the adjudicators that increasing premiums is necessary for the long-term viability and effectiveness of Jaminan Kesehatan Nasional or JKN program. We are clear, yeah, for the motion. I hope everyone is prepared and please use your time wisely. Okay, everyone is ready now? Okay,
Ready.
now, the first chance of speaking comes to the first speaker of the affirmative side. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay,
ready.
you have 3 minutes and you can see the time in the corner. Your time begins once you start speaking.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Honorable adjudicator, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed opponent and my fellow teammate. We stand in firm of motion with statement that BPJS Kesehatan needs to increase the premium of Indonesian National Health Insurance Program or JKN to sustain. Increasing of JKN premium is common and normal for sustainability of JKN's program. Our social fund, DJS, today have a big potential deficit because our cost per member per month bigger than our premium per member per month. This condition is possible happen because first, the increasing of health utilization post-COVID, and the second, there is a new regulation, which is Minister of Health Regulation number 3 by 2023 that has impact to the increase of utilization health costs as big as 45 trillion rupiah at 2023 than 2022. This deficit potency must be resolved immediately. Today, BPJS Kesehatan still able to pay health service. But soon, if Indonesian president don't increase JKN's premium, then BPJS Kesehatan will be not able to pay on time according to claim time payment service level of agreement, and also give us domino effect, such as decline in the health quality services, increase of fraud by health facilities, and discrimination of healthy services to JKN's participant. We argue to propose BPJS Kesehatan increase premium of JKN in order to sustainability of JKN program and creating sense of belonging to JKN program by the participant. We are offering two mechanisms to achieving the purpose by, first, we have to increase premium from PBBU segment, and the second, premium of subsidized contribution participant or PBE will be increased too as impact of increasing PBU third class participant premium. So let's moving to my argument. The idea of fairness and equality, the current system, where PPU have their contribution rise annually with the rest of city minimum wage or UMK and increase of wage for civil servant, army, and police officer. Well, PBBU premium do not, and even PBU participant have biggest ratio health service financing compared to premium plans, and it leads to inequality. Moreover, for subsidized contribution participant or PBE must be increased as impact of the increasing of PBBU's premium. Why is that so? Because between PBE and third class PBBU have same level of health service, especially inpatient health facility at hospital. Increasing PBU, PBBU, and PBE's contribution ensure fairness and equality, as the participants share the financial responsibility proportionally. Thank you. That's my argument.
Thank you very much to the first speaker of the affirmative house. Okay, now we are moving on to the first speaker of the negative house. Your time begins once you start speaking.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening, honorable adjudicators and all audiences. Today, we stand here to refute the motion that BPJS Kesehatan doesn't need to increase premium to sustain program as stated by the first speaker from the affirmative house. The implementation of the National Health Insurance, or JKN, is the Indonesian government's effort to provide social and economic protection to its citizens according to the country's financial capacity. BPJS Kesehatan has been appointed as the administrator of health insurance, operating with a mutual cooperation system, mandatory participation, and contributions based on income proportions. Over a decade of JKN program administrations, BPJS Kesehatan has achieved a participation rate of over 97% of the Indonesian population, an increase of 100.35% since 2014. This increase in participation is aligned with the cost of providing benefits. However, is it necessary to increase contributions to achieve these primary goals? So, our team opposed the motion today. We have three reasons why we disagree with this motion. First, the inflation rate of Indonesia is still considered low. Second, the increase in premiums cannot be implemented this time around. Third, many negative impacts could arise, such as decrease in BPJS Kesehatan class level and decrease in public interest. Firstly, according to Government Regulation number 64 of 2020, Article 38 states that contributions amounts should be reviewed at most every 2 years, using standard of common and applicable social actuarial practices, and must at least consider inflation, the cost of health insurance needs, and the ability to pay premiums. According to this regulation, inflation is a point that must consider. Data for Bank Indonesia as per June 30, 2024 shows that Indonesia inflation rate is at 2.51%, indicating that inflation is currently low. Secondly, review based on socio-political perspective. This year is a political year with presidential and regional elections. Therefore, it is not the right time to increase contributions, as it could have significant impacts and cause unrest between the government and the public. We firmly believe that an increase in premiums will result in negative impacts, one of which is that the public may feel burdened and choose to lower the premium. This could lead to an increase in the number of participants in the third class, resulting in a decrease in premium revenue. Further explanation regarding these points will be provided by the next speaker. Thank you.
Okay. Are you finished?
Yes, finish. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay.
And then the second speaker of the affirmative house. Your time begins once you start speaking.
Okay, thank you. My opponent argue that we don't need to increase premium because 97% of Indonesian is already became a BPJS Kesehatan member. It means that if I see that, we believe that the sustainability of JKN cannot be separated from the existence of participants. Therefore, we don't want to disappoint the 97% of Indonesian that's already been a BPJS Kesehatan member. 270 million people are relying on us as a trustworthy stakeholders in terms of national health insurance. So we need to make sure that this program is sustainable. If we don't increase premium, BPJS Kesehatan will reach deficit that could lead to failure paying healthcare facilities. The phenomenon that's been in 2017 and 2018 will repeat itself. Phenomenon such as first, service disruption. Health facilities will reduce or even stop providing service to people that trust us, BPJS Kesehatan. This will affect the discrimination of patient access. So in BPJS Kesehatan will be discriminated. And then second, financial strain in health facilities. This can impact raise in fraud attempt by healthcare facilities if we fail to pay healthcare facilities. And third, it will decrease the quality of care. A lack of timely payment can affect the quality of care provided. Health facilities may struggle to maintain quality standard and invest in necessary improvement. And lastly, and the most important, is public confidence. Continuous issue with payment can erode public confidence in BPJS Kesehatan. It will affect overall trust and participation in this insurance scheme. So, honorable adjudicators, the sustainability of BPJS Kesehatan is paramount. Without increasing premiums, the program risks in collapse, leaving 271 million Indonesians without coverage. Immediate action is necessary to secure its future. Thank you.
You still have 30 seconds left. Do you want to use it?
It's enough.
Okay. The timer's okay. Thank you for the second speaker of the affirmative house. Next, we move on to the second speaker of the negative house. Your time begins once you start speaking.
Good evening, the honorable adjudicators and all audiences. As our first speaker has defined, we oppose that BPJS Kesehatan needs to increase the premium of JKN for the sake of the sustainability of the JKN. So now, the important thing is why we propose this. The issue of standard inpatient class or CRIS regulated in Presidential Regulation number 59 of 2024 is still a topic of discussion among the public. According to Article 103b.8, the setting of tariff, benefit, and contribution must be implemented by July 2025. Thus, it can be said that this year is not the right time to review contribution amounts. Adjustments can be made in line with the timeline of this presidential regulation. Furthermore, there are negative impacts that could arise from increasing contribution, such as, first, decrease in BPJS Kesehatan class level. This is likely, especially for participants who rarely use their claims. They might feel that paying high contribution for high class is disadvantageous. Consequently, if all participants switch to third class, it will lead to overload and contradict the mutual financing system. Second, decrease in public interest leading to more people deciding to stop paying contributions. An increase in contribution will add a burden to the public, and they may prioritize basic needs first. Currently, active JKN participant paying contribution are at 77.97%. This number could decrease further with a contribution increase. Besides all the negative impact that could occur if BPJS Kesehatan increases the premiums of the JKN program, in fact, BPJS Kesehatan has outlined several tactical steps to maintain the sustainability of the Social Insurance Fund. According to the 2024 National Meeting, or ASNAS, results, as reported in 2024 management, this step includes first, in optimizing participant coverage through outreach programs and activation of participants with the development of both face-to-face and non-face-to-face channels. Second, strengthening contribution collection strategies for JKN can increase the premium revenue for the JKN program. Third, optimizing cost control through fraud prevention in healthcare facilities to improve the efficiency of the Social Security Fund. And last, optimizing benefit cost control while maintaining service quality for JKN participants. In addition, BPJS Kesehatan can also make effort externally. One possible action that could be taken is to promote the government's dedication to paying premiums promptly for participants in the PBI segments. Based on the JSN data as of May 2024, 51% of participants are JKN participants is in the PBI segment. Moreover, additional funds for DJS can also be obtained through government subsidies. Thank you.
Thank you to the second speaker of the negative house. Now, we are moving on to the third speaker of the affirmative house. Your times begins once you start speaking.
Sorry, Miss Asha. Here, there is the button. So can you hear my voice clearly?
Good enough. It's kind of, we can hear the people on your back, but we can hear your voice.
I will start in 3, 2, 1. Before I delve into our closing arguments and clashes, let me address my rebuttal to the opposition side of the house. First, ladies and gentlemen, the first speaker of opposition said that they refuse this opposition, or they oppose this opposition just because the 97.6% of our population is already become the member of this JKN program. Meanwhile, in our case, ladies and gentlemen, we want to maintain this participations of our participant because we believe that the society already put their trust to us as their national health insurance stakeholder. That's why here we want to maintain our health quality services by using our proposal, which is increasing our premium. And the second rebuttals that I will deliver here is to the second opposition of the house. You said that why you oppose this motion because of the tariff and contributions can be increased due to the presidential election. And you also stated that because of this condition, the tariff and contribution won't be equal to all the participants. Ladies and gentlemen, equal here doesn't mean that the tariff or contribution needs to be the same. In our mechanism, we want to increase in PBPU, PBI, and also the increasing premiums of the PPU itself is already automatically increased by the city minimum wage itself. So that's why our proposal here is much more better than their proposal. So now let's moving on to my arguments. which is about the raising sense of belonging from the participants to JKN. Why is it important to support the sustainability of JKN? First layer of my argument is we believe that BPJS Kesehatan has offered so many helpful service and facilities that is appropriate and also worthy to the participants. But in these circumstances, ladies and gentlemen, the society is still not able to see and understand that we also have potential to collapse due to the lack of income compared to our expenses that is increasing because of the rise of the health costs. That's why we want to educate the society by increasing premiums in several segments that already stated by my first and also second speaker. The idea of increasing premium, maybe in their side they will say that the idea of increasing premium will send the narrative that we will burdening the economic condition of our participants. But we would say that it's okay, it's still okay. Why? Because at the end of the day, the society will understand that the increase of contribution fee itself is for the sake of themselves, for their family, and for the whole society. At the end of the day, we will create a progressive society that aware of the importance of health insurance. That's why we want to raise the sense of belonging from the participants to us, BPJS Kesehatan. That's why we propose this motion. Thank you.
Thank you, the third speaker of the affirmative house. Now, for the last but not least, the third speaker of the negative house. Your time begins once you start speaking.
Thank you for the opportunity, dear honorable adjudicators and all audiences. As mentioned by the affirmative house proposing that BPJS Kesehatan should increase the premium due to sustainability of the JKN program, we can say that increasing the premium is not the only option to maintain the sustainability of the program. Indeed, increasing the premium at this time will lead to numerous negative consequences. We disagree to the increasing premiums in any sectors. Why? It is because increasing premium will absolutely give negative consequences that already mentioned by the team before. If the concern of the affirmative team is the quality standard of JKN program, in fact, quality standard is already a main focus of BPJS Kesehatan since 2023. So we can conclude that the quality standard of JKN program is not only can be implemented by the increasing the premium. For example, BPJS Kesehatan already create innovation to higher the standard by implementing online queue in healthcare facility. With all due respect, we strongly disagree with the opinion of the opposition team. So let me overview why we strongly oppose this motion. Based on government regulation number 64 of 2020 to 2020 Article 38, inflation is a crucial consideration. However, according to Bank Indonesia data as per June 30, 2024, Indonesian inflation rate stand at 2.51%, which is considered low. Additionally, reviewing the financial report of BPJS Kesehatan from 2019 to 2022, the Social Security Fund Dana Jaminan Sosial or DJS has tended to show surplus condition. Secondly, this year will occur transition of presidential and governmental structure as well regional election. Therefore, during this political year, it is not in the right time to increase premiums. The decision to raise premium must be considered very carefully to avoid disrupting the social and political stability of the country, which can give many negative impacts to the other. As stated by our second speaker, an increase in premium will have a negative impact on public trust and interest in JKN program, which should be avoided. Increasing in premiums can impose an additional burden on the community, especially those who from lower to middle economic classes, affecting their ability to access necessary healthcare services. It may also decrease public willingness to pay premiums, potentially increasing the number of inactive participants. Based on 3 points I mentioned before, then why do we need to increase the premium? Increasing it is not the best option at this time due to the significant negative effect it may cause. Our team proposed instead of increasing the premium of JKN, there are other solutions which can be implemented, like seeking external support such as government assistance. We firmly believe that this solution can give a positive impact in maintaining sustainability of the JKN program. Based on our argument, we believe that increased contribution for the sustainability of the JKN program is not necessary to be implemented at this time around. Thank you.
Thank you to the third speaker of the negative house. Now, we are entering the conclusion part. The first team that will deliver their conclusion goes to the negative house and then will be replied by the affirmative house. The negative house, are you ready to give your conclusion?
Yeah, ready.
Okay, the time begins once you start speaking.
Thank you. Educators and all the audiences. In 2024, BPJS Kesehatan's primary focus is to ensure the sustainability of the Social Insure Fund, which is crucial for the implementation of the JKN program while also enhancing service quality. This means maintaining the smooth operation of the program without compromising on service standards. Therefore, is increasing premiums the right step for BPJS Kesehatan? Considering the negative impacts of increasing BPJS Kesehatan premiums that we have outlined, we maintain our stance against raising premiums. Instead of increasing premiums, which may have various negative consequences and jeopardize the sustainability of the JKN program, we believe it is better to support and optimize 4 tactical steps devised by our management. First, optimizing participant coverage through outreach programs and reactivating participants, strengthening strategies for collecting JKN contributions, optimizing cost control through fraud prevention and healthcare facilities, optimizing benefit cost control while maintaining service quality for JKN participants. Additionally, other efforts include urging the government to commit to timely payment of premiums for PBI segment participants. Moreover, additional funds from the Social Security Fund or DGS can be obtained through government subsidies. Therefore, our team firmly stands to not increasing the JKN premium. Thank you.
You still have 30 seconds left.
It's
you enough?
Enough. Miss Chacha.
Okay, thank you to the negative house. Okay. Next, the affirmative house to give the conclusion. Your time begins once you start speaking.
Okay. I oppose the argument of the third speaker in the opponent. I agree that increasing premium could lead widespread public dissatisfaction and also undermine political support of BPJS Kesehatan. It's really a concern. We should recognize that concern. However, the sustainability of BPJS Kesehatan is paramount to ensure long-term access to quality healthcare of Indonesian people. The assistance from government, you said, or bailout is a short-term solution that is not sustainable because there's no such thing as a free lunch. In 2017 or 2018, it happened, and we have to pay somehow. Have to pay it back to the government. So, in order to have sustainability, we have to increase the premium of BPJS Kesehatan. And also, if the opponent talks about the what happened if people won't pay us a premium, we mitigate the risk. It's a risk we have to take, and we can mitigate that. We have public awareness campaign. We have comprehensive communication strategies that educate the public about necessity of premium adjustment to make sure that people pay the premium. And of course, we have progressive premium structure. So considering the people with higher income will contribute more than the lower income household. And also, if we wait the government political issue, we wait for the outside it's outside of our control. Political in Indonesia, it's already like that. So we have to focus on what we can do. Is we have to increase the sense of belonging of BPJS Kesehatan.
Your time's up. Okay, so the debate session is finally over for tonight. Thank you, everyone, and good job for all the speakers. And now, it's time to let our adjudicators to have a breakout room session and to discuss how about this debate. And we will come back a few minutes with the champion's name and the best speaker's name. Please wait. And for all the speakers, you may have a break for praying or for toilet break. But remember to stand by until the session is officially done. Thank you. Okay, hello everyone. Welcome back, our adjudicators. And it's good to see everyone's still here. Okay, the discussion is over, and it's a tough and it's split decision actually. But since it's a competition, we must decide which team that deserves to go to the next round. Okay. The first adjudicators, I would like to invite Miss Lily, Bu Lily, to deliver the comment. Bu, the time and media is yours.
Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera untuk kita semua. Of course, I would like to congratulate both of the team for your very nice debate this afternoon. It's quite hard to decide who is better than others because the judges themselves come into a split decisions. So it's a very tight debate actually. So here's some input that I would like to enlighten within these sessions. First of all, in a debate, what you should prepare is your arguments. And to do that, you have to do the homework of information seeking. As much information as possible. That will make to rebut your opponent in the best way that you can. Yeah. And I think both of the team had already done on somehow what I saw is what you were using as arguments within this debate mostly are the common sense that many people already knows. You are BPJS Kesehatan people, you have to know deeper than that. Second of all, because it is a debate, what you have to do is not standing on your own point, but also rebut your opponents. What happened in this debate is that everyone, every side of you are hold on to their arguments and doing so limited rebut on their opponents. So the affirmative said that we have to increase. They agree to increase the premiums of JKN because for the sake of sustainability. But the other side of the house brings another argument to oppose the idea. But none of you are talking in terms of rebuttal to your opponent. For example, when you say that we have to increase the premium so that we can maintain the quality of health services, the opponent should be given why that is a false argument. Instead of saying that it's already 98%, so we are increasing the premium won't be necessary, and so on and so forth. So this lack of rebuttal make us feels like, you know, the flow could be more lively than this. So that is my insight for this debate. The rebuttal comes from the last speakers of the both team. Yeah, one of the team give better rebuttal than others. And also, I would like to highlight, it's not a mistake, but I'm not suggest you to do this. That is, you are reading your materials during the debate. Second speaker of the opponent teams, we can see that you are all reading. Why? You know, there is, the sentences are very firm, almost no mistakes. You read it without any intonations and emotions. And again, we believe that that is your whole idea. instead of trying to rebut, because you stick on what you have already write and you read it. You have what you have already written and you read it. Now, I think both of the teams are doing the same thing, though still I appreciate the third speakers of both teams. Despite of reading it, they still have their guts to rebut the opponent, even though rebuttal are very limited. So based on that dynamics, we have already decided the winner and also the best speaker, which will be announced by the second educator, that is Mr. Ahmad. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bu Lily. I hope everyone take a note and the insights from Bu Lily. I know that everyone is still a newbie and most of you is having a first experience for this debate. So it's okay that you have prepared the materials, but remember that debate is an interaction between you and opponents. So you don't stick to reading your materials only. That's from Bu Lily. And also work on your material preparations. Okay. And now for the comments and the announcement for the winner and the best speaker, Sir Ahmad, the time is yours.
Okay, thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, good evening, everyone. Okay, as Bu Lily said, okay, it's hard for us to decide who is the best tonight. Okay, with some arguments. Okay, but at the first sight, this one, okay, this looks like a team is the best, but during the debates, okay, we can see that okay, it's okay. They just read the materials, and also I don't feel any emotion. So you know, in debates, sometimes we make any emotion to our opponents, and we rebuttal their arguments. Sometimes like that, but I don't see your emotion in this debate. But in this competition, still have to have a winner, right? So, okay, I have to announce the best speaker and also the best team. Okay, so we announced that the best speaker is for, okay, sometime do you want to guess who is it? Is the speaker from Affirmative House. Congratulations. Okay. And the best team tonight is, can you guess which team? Okay. The best team is for Negative House. Okay, congratulations. Okay, there's a congratulations for you. I hope you can increase your competition in the debate, and I hope we can see in the final. Congratulations.
Thank you. Oh, speechless.
Thank you to the educators and congratulations for the winner, Girls on Fire. Congratulations once again.
Thank you.
And highly appreciated to the Affirmative House, the Delta Champ, that show us incredible performance, and also the best speaker. Congratulations for you. I hope today's debate will give you an amazing experience. Remember that what adjudicators said. Remember, please take notes for your next round and then for the next year as well if you still want to participate the INDC. Remember that debate is show your emotion, not just reading your textbook and reading your materials. Remember that you are debating. And remember that. But also remember that you have to make sure that the audience and adjudicators receive what you want to say regarding the motions, not just reading what you have been prepared. Okay? Thank you, everyone. Maybe we're gonna take a picture first before we leave. Everyone, you can give your free pose. I will count to 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's it for tonight. I'll see you for the next round. Thank you and have a good rest. Good night.
Good luck, everyone. Bye.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Good
warahmatullahi
job.
wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you, everyone.